everyone, it's Karen on the Lake Stamper here in Grand Blanc, Michigan, where it's raining every single day. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like what you see, hit it again. You'll get notifications all the time. Anyway, I wanted to give you an update on my 1 month anniversary since I had my horrific fall in my kitchen on Easter Sunday. As many of you know, I broke my ankle in 3 places and dislocated it. I've got some pins and I've got a rod and screws in my ankle and a smaller splint, but in 2 weeks I get to get what? A boot. So I'll be able to put a little bit of weight on that, and then as we go through this healing process, hopefully I'll be able to start walking normally again. So I'm looking forward to that. I am getting out. I am able to drive. So that's good because the splint's so much smaller and it didn't affect my driving leg. So with that said, let's talk about my stamp camp for June. It is so cute. You're going to love it. I'm using the notes and totes. I'm using the banner dies. I'm using some really fun stuff that you're going to want to purchase because there's so many cute items. And the end colors, of course. Let me put this down and you can see what we're going to be doing today, okay? Because on top of everything else, I'm going to show you how to make this card so that when you do have my stamp camp, you'll know exactly how to put this together, okay? All right, let me just put the camera down, all right? So first things first, I'm going to show you what we're going to be using. We're going to be using the Soft Waves. This is wonderful to use, this embossing folder. I'm going to use Blooming Phrases. Isn't this so cute? I love this. It's got happy and then a big line. You can add more if you want. Anyway, it's a beautiful phrase, sentiments. The other one is Notes and Totes. And this goes with my Notes and Totes bundle, which is my die cuts, which are over here. We're going to use all of these guys here, and we're going to use all of these as well, okay? And this one, isn't this the coolest? This is your banner dies, okay? We're going to be using 2 of them, and it'll be the 1, 2, 3, the 4th and the 5th and the 6th one, okay? There are 20 die cuts in this beautiful banner dies, and you can use this for so many other items as well, celebration, anything, you know, for birthdays. So I want to show you a way we can use this on a card as well. Okay, so I'll put these to the side, and we are going to, I'm going to show you what we're going to have here. I know, I love these. So this is my cloud cover. This is my darling duckling. I always forget that one. Cute, isn't it? I know, I love these. This is my cloud cover, and I'll show you some examples we can do just if you want to add more items in your little tote bag. Okay, I'm wishing for warm sun, so. And this is Timid Tiger, and it's Darling. These are Easel Cards, all right? So they're nice and easy to get it. They're easy to do. So I am going to do Strawberry Slush, okay? So I've got my items right here that I've already die cut, all right? Just a couple things. You've got your star, your seashell. You want to use those. This is your water bottle, your suntan lotion. This could be suntan lotion as well. Your scarf. This is going to be your middle of your tote bag. This is your newspaper. These are 2 different types of handles for your tote, okay? And these are cool. I'm going to show you that this looks like a Prada bag, okay? So when you're doing this bag, I don't know if anybody knows, but I have some Prada bags. This item that is the triangle is a Prada. Prada does that as well. So now I'm going to call these the Prada tote bags. And you can too. We've got our sunglasses. We have our really cute little, if you want to put a fence behind these, because it's on the beach. This is going to be for your tote bag, and I'll show you how that works. This is obviously your tote bag. And then we've got our banner dies, okay? We've got this banner dies, and then we've got the nested. Okay, so we're going to use all these kind of fun dies, and we're first going to get strawberry slush out. Okay, so we've got this little guy out. We're going to do 4 1/4 times 11. And let's get this guy going. So the first things first. Oh, and also I don't want to forget, we're using the in colors. We're using the beautiful in color DSP. So everybody's going to get the DSP. They're going to get the embellishments that go with this. Some ribbon, because there's ribbon on every one of these items. So don't forget that. Almost forgot to tell you about that. So we're going to do 4 1/4, the usual. All right, so keep this other one for another card. And then what we're going to do is we're going to score this, okay, at 5 1/2, our usual. Okay, 5. We're going to score again, but I'm going to wait until I have some paper already ready, and I'll show you the reason why. Okay, so now what we're going to show you now is all of my little items that I've already cut, which is great. Now, these are kind of fun. You can add, you can subtract. You don't have to use everything. You know, it's up to you. I've got my little newspaper. In fact, I've already stamped it where it says news flash, and you can add more, you know, writings on there to make it look like a real newspaper. Most of us bring a book to the beach, but all right. And then I did another one just to show you. I'm going to use this one, but I'll show you what we can do on that. This is going to be my little tote bag. We're only going to use one because we're doing it on a card. If you're going to do it as a gift, then do both sides and then put them together. Okay, and that's really simple. We've got our beautiful little is that stylish shapes or nested? I can't remember. And then we've got the envelope. This will go the tote bag as the little pocket, and our seashells. Okay, so the first one that we want to do is we want to use my paper, and I usually like to get one that looks kind of beachy, and I'm going to do, it doesn't really matter because you can see only a little bit of it, but let's do this one here. Look how pretty. Look how pretty all this is. And I'm going to see if I even have it done. Maybe I already have it done. I do. Look at me. Gosh, here's the other one that I've got ready. Oh my gosh, look at me. I'm already ready. Okay. I'll make a couple of those. So this is our usual 5 1/4 times 4. And I like where this is going. I want to put this is the front. Okay. This is the front. So we don't want to... and I don't want the darker because I'm using that as my tote bag. And this is just really, really pretty, isn't it? Oh, so pretty. Okay. Now, what I want you guys to do when you do get this kit is I want you to score after you have glued this down, okay? If you forget, that's not the end of the world. And we're going to score this, okay? 2 3/4 right there. Don't cut it. move your trimmer, and just, you know, do a nice, because this is going through 2 papers, okay, your cardstock and your DSP. Sometimes what I do is I do it on the other side as well. Okay, there we go. That looks good, and that will set me up for my really cute little easel card. Okay, so give yourself a few minutes and just bone fold this and bone fold this little guy. Now, some of us used to, what I used to do is I used to cut these and set these in, and then they didn't get folded. But I actually like when it's folded because it looks more uniform, doesn't it? I just like it. It's up to you, but it makes it easy. You only have to do one step, and you've got this already done. So now we're going to put this to the, well, let's put the white in. Let me see if I cut one. If I didn't, I'll have to cut that. And I think I did cut one. Look at that, so organized. Okay, so your inside is the same, 4 times 5 1/4. You do want to have a basic white in here. And this can be where you're going to write, or you can add another sentiment, or you can add something else. but you definitely need this. Got it. Super. Okay. So now that's already set. This is your base. Okay. So set that aside. You don't need it right this very minute. Let's go to our little handbag. Okay. So, so I want to show you one that I've done that you could do for a craft show. Okay. Now, this is a full tote bag, okay? And this is if you wanted to do something that adds some nuggets, all right? So I added 3 nuggets in this tote bag. I did a full tote bag, and I added it to the front of this. Now, you could also put your cellophane on this, and you've got a cute little item to sell with your nuggets. I have a lot of nuggets here, so this is a great way to start using your nuggets instead of eating them. I'm just saying. So this gives you an idea of what you can do if you're at a craft show and you want to add some more stuff. Of course, you can also do it on my easel card, but this is makes it really nice and flat, and then put it in a cellophane. Okay, just so gives you kind of an idea. Oh, and I also added the fencing. You'll see the fencing's on here. You know, you can add all kinds of stuff. So this is going to be just using the one side. We're going to, now there's score lines on all of this, okay? And it's real easy to see. You can't see it right now, but I'm going to just do it on this side, and I can just kind of feel where they are. And there they are there. There's that one. There's that. And I'm just going to give it a nice little bone fold. And let's do it this way. So, because I'm going to use this side. Okay. Also, if you wanted to make more of a smaller tote bag, don't use the wings of the tote bag. Use it like this, and then you'll have a nice little easy tote bag that we all see sometimes. I like the wings. It looks like a Prada bag, so what the heck. If you can't afford a Prada bag, you certainly can afford this. Okay, girl can dream. Yeah, I know, we're going to do Louis bags next, right? My favorites. Okay, so I'm just going to do this and this one. Now, when you're just, you'll see this little extra right here. This is really helpful when you're putting the whole handbag together. We don't really need this, so I do leave it on here. And actually what it does is when you're folding this, it actually is the corner so that you don't have a hole. That's what that little area is. So never cut those off if you're making a whole purse, okay? That's what that little purse would, it covers that little hole that's right there. So you're not going to really see this because it's going to be glued on to our cute little, you know, card. So I've got this all nice and folded. Now, these were my die cuts, okay? And I wanted to do a black trim. Most of these tote bags do have a nice black trim, or like a crumb cake, you know, something like that. If you're doing crumb cake, you could do black with this, and that would be really cool. I see a lot of that. It looks like that really summery kind of tote bag. But that's what that is. But don't put that on first, because you'll have to take it off. You want to put these little guys on first. Now, you can put these a couple ways, okay? You can follow the line where the seam is, all right? Or you can go right in the middle and do this way, okay? And then line up your handle, okay? So I like the line where the score line is. It's easy, and I don't have to think about it. So I like easy. Okay. So let's just do a little bit of glue on this. Always put these on first, just because you're going to hide the leftovers. Okay, right? So go from the very bottom, follow that score line. Okay. Follow that score line. Let me get a little closer here. There we go. And then take this little guy. There's some really nice little, it looks like stitching. So you definitely want to make sure you've got the right side up. So there, we're going to follow that line. There it is right there. Okay. That's darling. And you can always, you know, rearrange it if it's crooked or something. Okay, now take this guy, and you can see the reason why. See, because we're going to cover that. We don't want the leftovers, right? So we're going to, and you can see where it slants. Real simple. It slants right there. Simple, simple, simple. Put that together. Looks like that. Cool beans. And let's just get him just a little bit closer. I like it nice and, there we go. So it's nice and flush, okay? If you get a minute. If it pops up, that's okay. Just put some more glue on it. You can use Tombow. Whatever you fancy, okay? It's gonna stay. That's great. Love it. Okay, now I just want to make sure I've got everything bent that I want. It looks cute. Super. Now, this is the fun part. You can do a couple things. You could, as I showed you earlier, you can die cut this one piece. Let me get that for you. Which is this little tote pocket. All right. There's two ways. You can, it automatically has this cute little perforated area where you can cut it off. And I like to do that. So I'm just gonna not rip, but just follow the perforated area, and then it comes right off. And then what I'm gonna do is I am just gonna trim this just a little bit here too. There we go. Yeah. And you can, it'll come right off. If you want to just double trim it, you can do that as well. Now, what I do is I like to have a tote that's going to show off another side of the DSP. Okay, you could have this as your little tote, and that would be fine. But make it a little bit more exciting. Add the solid color with your DSP. And when you do that, just make sure you're going to have a little hole. Don't glue it all, okay? Take this little guy here, all right? Make sure I've got the right side. I do. And I'm just going to pop him up, and it'll be a little pocket. Isn't that cute? Now, if you were scrapbooking this, you could actually sew this. This would be darling on your machine. I've done that before. That's a little bit more work than you probably want to do, but it can be done. Okay, so see, I left this area open. I'm just going to glue this, I'm just going to put this right down. Now I've got a little pocket right there, okay? And that'll be where my sunglasses go. See how cute? Now take this whole one. All we're going to do is we're going to make sure this is glued so I don't see I don't want to see any of the bottom. Okay, that's perfect. Okay. Cute, cute, cute. And you can really just make sure it stays. It looks even. Super. Love it. Now, we've got handles. Now, remember, you're going to be gluing this onto my card, all right? So we're not going to really put this on until we have it on the card, and I'll show you how to do that. But meanwhile, we do want to get this one on, and you don't want to glue all of it. You just want to glue the base of your handle, all right? So just center that, okay? Perfect. You can go lower. If you go lower, you can add these down here. And actually, I've got a few seconds where I can redo that. So let's do that one where it's even. See that angle, where this angle is? Put that on, and then you can take your little pocket, because you can always rearrange it. You've got some time because it's with dimensionals. And it doesn't look even. This one looks even though. That looks much better. There we go. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, that's darling. So take your Prada, take your little triangle. It's a little baby triangle, I know. And we're just going to put a little bit of glue on that, and there we go. And when you do this, you want the triangle to go upside down, okay? And right now, that looks like a cute little tote bag. Oh my gosh. Now your newsletter, we have some extra hearts. And sometimes what I do is I just take these extra hearts, because these come from your sunglasses, and I'm just gonna stick them right on here on our little newsletter, just because I've got extra sitting here. Why not? You know, it adds a little bit more excitement. So I'm going to put that there. I've got my starfish, the same color, my strawberry slush. And I definitely have my little shell. Okay, this is kind of cool. It pops right up. Okay, and then some extra hearts. Now, this is darling. I love it. Let's go to the base of our card. First things first, like I always say, banner dies. This is the 5th and 6th one, okay? So this one will always fit on an A2 size card. It just will, okay? So when I'm looking at this, I already know it's gonna fit. I already know this is the correct one. So if you can't remember which one, stick it on an A2 size and you'll know that it's the perfect size, okay? So this one, you don't have to do anything with. This is the one that's after this one. This is the 6th one, the 6 banner dies. And that one's gonna make a nice little trim, right? But what we wanna do is we wanna decorate this. Easy to do. What you're gonna do is I'm gonna have all this embossed for you. And then you can stamp some more cute little sand on here, because it does have the sand right here, okay? And if you've got other dies and other stamp sets that have more beachy stuff on it, get those out. That's what I did. And you know, this will be cut for you, because we're going to be putting this one right here. Okay, just hold that thought. We're not going to glue that yet. You also get either pool party or balmy, depends on. This is a 2-tone paper. Love it. It's got the waves on here. And then this is going to be my sunset, sunrise, whatever. And this is about 2 inches. And it doesn't matter the width, because we're going to cut the leftovers. The first one that I usually like to put on here is this one. Okay? That one looks good. And I've got plenty of water. That's going to be my water. So what I like to do is glue. Okay? You don't have to glue all of it, just the middle part of it. Okay, let's do that. Glue, glue, glue. And just make sure it's right at the beginning of that banner, okay? Because I don't want to look at the white trim. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Now, you're going to get some about 2.5, and then I don't usually measure because it's going to be over. So what I usually like to do is I like the darker side, but you can also use the light side, because, you know, waves are different colors. So we're going to tear it. And we're going to make waves. And, you know, I'm a beach person. You're going to have white caps. So that's what that is. And don't throw this piece away. You might want to use it. So there's one. Now I'm going to do another one right down here, okay? I'm just going to tear, 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 tear. Looks great, looks great. Yes. And see, this will be embossed for you. So all you have to do is tear it. And if you want more of more water, more white caps, I should say, then just keep tearing it. And I like that. That looks great. Okay, perfect. So I sometimes will put this one first, this one second, or this one first. It doesn't matter. It's going to look good either way. Okay, so that looks kind of cool. And remember, I've got this little leftover, so I might use him. Why not? So that looks good. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right here. Okay. And then let's take this guy. Let's put him right there. In fact, you can even put it a little bit higher because we've got plenty of room. Look at that. Look how cute that is. You've got the white caps. Somebody surfing, some cute guy. Okay. Girl can dream. Now, I did the white caps on the one that's lighter, and that's okay. And see, that looks that looks great too. So I am actually going to use this piece, even though it's tiny. I know, just use it, right? And you can add it wherever you want. I like that. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. That is so pretty. So now you're going to get this piece from me. It won't be stamped. You'll stamp it, but it will be embossed. Okay. And you'll notice that this is sitting pretty fancy schmancy right there. Look at that. Now I want this to go over my waves. See that? That's great. Oh, I love it. Love it. So I'm going to glue this right down, and you're going to get it flush to the banner die. Okay. Now, this is the piece that you will never have to cut because I've already measured it out for you and cut it and embossed it. You can put your rocks and all your little sand stuff on here as you see fit. Okay. But I'm just giving you an idea of that you will not have to worry about this one. This piece will come like this. These pieces will be already embossed for you, and you can just make your waves. This one you just cut with your paper that you're going to get. Okay, now look at the back. There you go. How cool is that? Take a few minutes. Just make sure everything's nice and glued down. And take your scissors. And all we're going to do is cut the leftovers off, okay? This makes it really nice and easy. You don't have to worry about anything because it's going to fit just so cool, okay? So we get rid of that and then go on this side, do the same thing. I like that there's a little leftovers, okay? So I can make sure everything is covered on this die cut that we just did. Okay, look at this. You could use this for so many things, all right? You don't have to use it for totes. You could use it for a sailboat. You could use it for any kind of summery, beachy theme, okay? You've got your pretty sunset. You could add a sunset on here with the boho vibes. You could do a really cute, because the boho vibes have the sun. You could add all kinds of, you could add a couple boats here sailing away. So this is a great base, and you can do it for more than just my totes, all right? But this gives you kind of a nice base to do other items as you see fit. But when you get this, you'll get all these already, you know, and this is what makes it so nice. You've already got this. You're just, all you really had to do was cut this down to whatever, or pick whatever one you want. You could have also picked this one. And then you've got your pool party, your two-tone, and then you've got this one already done. So nice. Isn't that cool? So don't put that on like that because that would be bad. So, don't forget, you'll have two of these, okay? This is your base. This is your kind of, you're framing this now, okay? So I love that. Looks great. So now all we're going to do is make sure it's glued. Okay, I still have, I love these banner dies. There's so many things you can make with this, so I'm very excited. And more crafting stuff for craft fairs too. So, okay, this is great. I'm just going to give it a nice little burnish, and that is your beautiful easel part. Now, when you put this on, okay, don't glue the whole thing, okay? And don't glue all of this because you're going to have some of this shown. What you want to do is you see this area here, turn it this way and just kind of eyeball that you only want this much done for the gluing, okay? You can go a little bit over, but Just kind of watch yourself. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to follow the banner. And then I'm going to line it up. I'm just going to line this up. And you can line it up with this DSP if you want, okay? Which makes it really nice and easy. Because you're still going to have a little bit of a frame of that strawberry slush showing off, okay? That looks great. Remember, this is not glued. This part is. And there we go. Oh my gosh, look how cute that is. That's darling. That's darling. I kill me. All right. Now, before we put all this fun stuff on, that's the last part, we're going to take our little handbag. Okay. Now, I've used dimensionals on this, but it does pop up. So you might want to use your Tombow. You might want to use your tear tape and your Tombow or whatever, just to give it a nice little, making sure it doesn't move kind of thing. There's a way to do it straight. You can do it nice and funky like this on an angle, which looks darling. This looks cool. You can put it a little bit lower so you can see the sunset or sunrise or whatever it's called. And then I'm gonna just glue, and I'm gonna take it just the areas that I scored, okay? Like I said, I tried the dimensionals. They didn't really work, so I wouldn't advise using them unless you've got other stuff behind it, okay? So I'm going to put this on an angle. I think that looks darling. That looks so cute. So cute. And I'm going to put a little bit more in the sand. And I've got a few seconds to put it down. I like that. Now remember, this is going to be flat, this area here and here, but you're going to pop this up in just a second, okay? And I always take my bone folder, and I just want to make sure that this area is really glued down, okay? And then while you're doing that, you can slowly pop that up a little bit. So cute, isn't it? So now take that other cute little handle, and all you're going to do is, first off, make sure you've got the right side that's embossed. I've got to take my glasses off to double check. And I'm just going to glue the bottom area, right? I don't need to glue the whole thing. And I'm going to line it up with this little guy right here. There we go. So it looks like it's, you know, on my tote bag, even though it's really not. Darling, isn't it? I know. It's so cute. Now, this is where you get to have a little bit of fun, right? So here's my cute sunglasses. All right. Now, when you do these sunglasses, you're always going to have extra hearts. That's where I got all those extra hearts from. And when you're doing your sunglasses, let me find here it is. Okay, so when you're doing your sunglasses, this will be, I'm going to use this one in black, okay, because I have dark sunglasses, so why not? And then you use this one in the color of your paper. That's would be my suggestion. You don't have to. You can also do a clear window. Okay, that would be, but they really wouldn't be sunglasses. So I'm going to put these right in here for right now. I'm just going to put that right, you know. But let's put our little star and our starfish and our cute little shell, okay? And of course, let's get some dimensionals. All right. So I'm going to put this one. This one can have a bigger one, which is nice. This is the good side. This is the bad side. Okay. There we go. Because you really want to show that embossing that you've done, right? So put this one here. Or you could put him here, but I kind of like him right in the middle. And then you definitely want to show off your little starfish. And I use the smaller dimensionals on this. And there we go. Just overlap them, you know, that's darling. Okay, so those are cute. Love those. Now, here is an idea. Oh, you got to have a couple scarves because, you know, you're so bougie. Okay. I know, right? We're going to be bougie. Come on. So what I usually do is I cut out a couple of these. They've got the cool, you know, I'm going to use this side because I think it's cool and it goes with that. And I'm going to use this side because I haven't used it yet. And then what I usually do is I just take one of them and then glue the other one on top. And then I've got a fuller scarf, okay? I'm just going to put him here for just a second. Just for a second. I'm just going to think about it. That's what I do. Now, I'm going to use the stamp that is, let's see. I'm going to use the sun, but this little guy right here, the hibiscus, you can actually take your water bottle or whatever you want to put in this, and you can actually stamp right over it because, you know, some of these water bottles have so many cool designs. So just take your hibiscus and just give it a couple hibiscus, and then look at that. You can also do it on a plain one. Here's one that I thought I'd cut out for you, and just to show you, hey, look at this. And then, you know, you could stamp this with the same color as the paper, and then you'll have this one here. I kind of like this one. It really shows it off more. Also, when you do die cut this and you get this, you're going to get this little guy that has a little bit of a handle on it, okay? That's, you know, when they have it, like, I don't know, when people have it. I don't usually use these, so, but they're so cute when I see them, and I go, oh, I wish I had one. But just take that little handle, okay, or that loop, or whatever you want to call it, and you can just loop it right around the handle, okay? There we go. And then put it on an angle. Oh, that's darling. Of course it's darling. OMG. Now that gives you an idea on this little guy. Now this one, this is your suntan lotion. Somebody else told me that they could use this for something else. I think it was for a drink. I don't know, like a claw or something like that. But take the sun, all right? So take the little sun right here, and again, use your strawberry slush or whatever color you're on, and just do the sun. I usually put them right smack in the middle. Okay, it makes for a really nice, just really nice little area. Now, take one of your Stampin' Rights, if you've got one. Let's take this side and just color this little area right here, okay? You don't have to if you don't want to. It's up to you. But, you know, gives it a little bit more of a, like, oh, that's suntan lotion. Oh, that's SPF. Okay, gotcha. And there you go. You can also do the bottom here if you want to, okay? Up to you. You're not going to really see this one, so I won't go into detail on that, but that gives you an idea of some more coloring that you can do on these if you're using basic white, okay? So let that dry, and I'm just going to put this one probably in here. Now, another idea that I really like to do as well, and I'm going to show you, is take some tissue paper, whatever you've got at home, okay? I happen to have some pink. This will go really well. I have some darker pink, but I think I like the lighter pink. What you can do for fun is take just a little bit, just cut a little bit off, and I usually try to cut it in a triangle. Or you can tear it. It's up to you. Probably tearing is fine. And then I try to make it into, there we go. And you can add, like, take all these guys out for a second, right? You can take these out. Now, this is your own tissue paper. I'm not going to supply tissue paper, but this is just if you wanted to add more. You could take your hibiscus and make this a towel, and that would look darling. Or you could leave it as is, and it would be a cute little, you know, just a cute little towel that's pink. And I'm not going to do all of it because you don't have to. You just have to do a little bit, and it's going to look like a cute towel. All right. So then what I sometimes do is I just kind of stick it in here. Okay. Look how cute that is. You know, you have to have a towel. Oh yeah, you have to have a towel. And then don't forget, you've got your news flash, very important. You're going to read the latest gossip in the People magazine or something like that. You got to read trash or something fun on the beach, right? While you're having your little drinks. And then you've got your towel kind of showing, kind of peeking, booing right here. Oh, that's darling. And then you've got this little guy. But before we do that, let's put some embellishments on here. And you'll get this, again, these embellishments. Don't forget some Winkostella. But let's put a little guy right on here. And then what I usually do if I want him in there is I put a little glue. And I know he's going to stay, right? He's not going anywhere. He's going to stay right there. And then you've got your cute little water bottle here. And I'm going to just put something on the very top. That looks darling. And then take one of the smaller ones and put it on your starfish. And don't forget your Prada symbol. So, absolutely put that right there. Right, because everybody knows. Now, you can put one here as well as one here. But the reason I'm not is because this one's hiding it. Now, I could just do it just to show you. And that would make a really nice little area for if you're having two of these. But you can leave one on there. You're not going to see the other one. You're not wasting an embellishment then. Okay, that looks pretty cute. I've got my water bottle. I've got my suntan lotion. I've got my starfish, my newspaper, my shell. I've got my towel that I made out of tissue. And then I've got my beautiful scarves because, you know, of course. So let's put one here. This is cute. You can have this flying right off, right? You could have it right underneath your sunglasses. I think I'm going to put my sunglasses this way. And I'm just going to see if he'll kind of stick right here. And it looks like he will. Oh, nice. Look at that. Oh, is that ever cute? So much stuff. You don't have to put all the stuff in here, but at least I'm showing you that, yes, you could put this one here. You could move this one down to here if you wanted to. You would definitely want to keep your scarf up here, but you definitely could move this one if you didn't want to have it glued there. You could put it down here if you wanted to. That makes for a really cute little look. But it's up to you. You know, I kind of like that it's in my tote bag. Gosh forbid if I forget my... if I forget my SPF, right? So we've got this little guy. I have already used that really pretty. I really love these sentiments. And again, it's the blooming phrases. You can use whatever you want that you have already. I'm just going to measure. It looks like it looks like I did a pretty good job there. And I'm going to pop this up. This is going to be where my easel is going to rest. So you definitely want to pop this one up. Don't not pop it up. Pop it up. Or pop this one up, okay? Because you want your easel card to rest on something so it stays easily. Yeah, okay. It's a dad joke, I guess. All right. So There we go. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. Now, we've got this going. We just want to get an idea of where we want this, right? I think I'm going to put this right about here. Okay. So it's got a little bit of room and it looks even. Okay. So I know that I kind of want it right there. Let me get some glue on this. And let's see. I'm just eyeballing it to where I think it might look nice. Okay. That looks darling. Oh my gosh, that's darling. Isn't that cute? If you've got some leftover hearts, you obviously could put a heart here if you wanted to. That's darling. Oh, I like that. I think I'm going to do that. I didn't do it for the rest of them, but this is cute. I might just do that for that one. These are for with all those leftover hearts you're going to have. So use them or keep them for something else. You never know. I don't think there's any glue on this one. There we go. And then take one of your embellishments. Again, this one, I'll take the smaller one. Put it right on the heart. There we go. OMG. That's darling. So I hope you want to purchase this little stamp camp for June. It's darling as can be. There's a lot of die cuts that I'll be die cutting for you. I won't obviously die cut the tote bag because you definitely want to get that. And if you want to get it with me, let me know because you don't have to pay for taxes or shipping. I'll be paying for that. So I think these are darling in all the colors. And you can really go... You can go wild. Now, one more thing that we forgot to do, and I don't want to forget, is my ribbon. Almost forgot. No, I didn't forget. So take a few seconds. If you forget and you forget to put it on, you won't forget because you'll have ribbon anyway. Just take your whatever you have to make a nice little hole. You can do that before or after. It's up to you. I want to make a nice little bow on here. It really shows off the in colors for this year. And I usually do a slip knot. I don't know if this is going to be big enough. Let's see if it is. Let's see. And let's get that in here. Okay. You could just do a slip knot if you wanted to, if you don't feel like, messing around with a bow. And that's fine too. If you do a slip knot, just cut it a little bit shorter so it doesn't have such a long tail. Otherwise, let's see if this is enough. Just barely. Okay, that looks great. Now, here we go. You'll see that I put too much on this one. I'll cut this one down. And then you've got your cloud cover. Let's give him a haircut, shall we? Oh my gosh. I went hog wild on this darling duckling here. Okay. Well, he's really got some ribbon. And then we've got your cute little Secret C, and of course, last but not least, Timid. These are darling. I hope you love these because these are just as cute as can be, and they'll make great summer cards. Great for celebration and birthdays, and just a thank you. And you can stick some, you can also, don't forget, you can put a gift card in these as well. And notice how I made a towel using white tissue with Secret C. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun. All right, well, take care. We'll chat soon. Happy crafting.